So, today I'll be showing you how Grabbable receiver surfaces work. This is something that someone currently is looking for, and I thought, hey, why not just make a tutorial about that? Well, come on. Over here, I have already set up a little box. Now, this box is actually already set up to have a parent, and I moved the Grabbable from the box onto the parent. Now, what we are going to set up on the parent is a component that is the transform interaction grabbable receiver surface. Now, this is a really neat component that basically allows us to grab something like this menu here and position it on there. And as you can see, it'll simply position it onto there, regardless of like how you position it. If I grab this and put it like this also, it'll lay flat also. All right. Now, this depends on the actual collision of the collider that's on here, the box collider, which if we visualize it, it's the exact same as the visual box. Now, over here, we define directions. This is why, for example, if I put it to the side here, it's not going to attach, because our direction is -1 on the y-axis. This means that it can only be put on top. If we had it to 1 on the y-axis, now it could only be put below, as you can see here, which would be great for something like a magnet or similar. Now, X and Y and Z, they're all directions, and if you want to know what they mean, you can just look all the way up here, and you'll see X plus is right, minus is left, plus is up, minus is down. For Y, for Z, plus is forward, and minus is backward. And if we highlight this, you'll actually see exactly these values, where the green one is pointing up, the blue one forwards, and the red one sideways. However, you may have noticed if you paid attention that here saying positive y does not mean that you position things on top, but that you position things below. So you'll actually have to type in here the inversion of what you want to place it at. For example, if we put in 1 and -1, now we can put it on the bottom and on the top again. Also, if you put it inside of the collider, it's going to try its best to account for that. Doesn't always work perfectly, but hey. All right, so this is using a box collider. Next, we're going to make a simple sphere. And with the sphere here, we're going to do the exact same thing. Gonna give it a parent, grab the grabbable, move that onto the sphere parent, move component. And you don't need to have a grabbable on it. This is just so that I can still grab it and move it around all in one piece for saving it later. Then we go to transform, interaction, and we go to grabbable receiver surface. Grab this menu again as an example. And as you can see now, it will actually conform to the sphere. Now, this is obviously a lot different than when we were just using a box, and it tries its best to decide how to position it. But yeah, as you can see, it's going to always be on top. If we do it below, nothing happens. From the side, nothing happens until we get a bit too far up, and then it'll attach to the side of the sphere. All right, yeah, this basically covers the snappers. Well, grabbable receiver surfaces, sorry. Except we have a little flag here we haven't touched on yet. And this little flag here is called parent placed. Now, if we do this and we make a new slot here and call this the holder, then grab this here and put it into the override parent. Now, if we put something like this window here on here. Oh, did we not have the right one? Okay, we don't have the right direction right now. There we go. If we do it like this, it'll now attach and move with the object. And what you can then do with that, and this is going to be a bit more advanced, is you can actually come over here and from our Flux tip maker that we made in our grab instancer tutorial, we'll grab ourselves a Flux tip. We can simply grab this holder here, get a reference from it, open up the node browser, then we simply go and grab a slots, get child. Oh. There we go. So this is going to get us the first child of that slot. And then all we are going to ask it in operators is whether it is not null. Because not null would return true currently because it's not null. However, we want it to return false, so we actually want is null. So if we go to is null, we're going to have to get ourselves a slot is null. And in here, we plug this in like this, and now this is going to give us false. Because what we're now going to do is we're going to actually derive the enabled state of this based on whether there already is an object. Now, this may not update live. So if we just quickly make this like that. Okay, it seems to update live. That's good. All right, so now when we have something already parented to it and we try to parent something else to it, it won't do it. So now you can parent exactly one thing to it. And that was some very simple code that you can do very easily. If you're wondering about how I specifically pulled out those nodes and everything like that, I do have a separate tutorial on how to use this tool here. It's the U-ProtoFlux tool tutorial. Now let's just make a new slot here and call that code. Select all of these nodes here by holding secondary, grab the code, and pack it. And then this is going to be our box surface. And over here, this is going to be our sphere surface. All right. I hope this helps you set up whatever you want to set up. And I hope you have a nice day. Bye.